everyone, Clint here. I hope everybody is doing great today. I'm traveling this weekend and I don't really have a video in mind, so I thought I'd do something a little different. And I'm going to do a data comparison between the Oneplus Watch 2, which I'm going to be wearing this weekend, against the Galaxy Ring, which I will have on the entire time. So fittingly, the Oneplus Watch 3 sounds like it's getting ready to come out here pretty soon. So I thought I'd give this a quick run for the weekend. Love this watch here. But we're going to do a data comparison between steps, maybe some sleep cycle action to see what happens there, and I'm sure I'll get at least one workout in there too, so we can compare that. So let's do a quick look right here. Right now it looks like I have 3,213 steps on my Ring, so that will be the starting point for the Ring. And let's see, on the watch itself, I have 106 steps on the watch. Just got it charged up and ready to go. So we'll cruise through the weekend, see what we get, do some data comparisons, and see how close they get. I'm really curious to see how this is going to work. All right, next day, just getting to the gym, and I just realized I have absolutely no idea how to start a workout using the Ring. But we're going to do for a run here. But what I'm going to do is use my trusty Garmin to do the comparison to this watch, and then we'll see what the Ring ends up doing. But we'll still be able to get a good step count. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, the workout is over. Got a 5K in, and that's actually going to round it up. That's going to finish up the 24-hour test. So I'll start putting some numbers together and see where we're at. So stay tuned for that. I'll give a bonus number too and see how the OnePlus Watch 2 did against the Garmin during that workout. I can tell you, spoiler alert, really good. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look at some scores. So when I originally edited the original video, I noticed that I was reporting the sleep scores completely wrong. I was looking at the wrong date. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to do the sleep scores first. So let's go ahead and take a look. So the sleep score that Samsung gave me was a 77. The sleep score that OHealth gave me was a 71. Reasonably close. Samsung put me going to bed at 8:45 and waking up at 5:27. OHealth had me going to bed at 8:48 and getting up at 5:02. I actually think the OHealth one was a little bit closer on that. However, the total sleep that it counted, Samsung had 7 hours and 50 minutes and OHealth had 7 hours and 57 minutes. So actually really close on that real quick. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sleep cycles or the sleep patterns there. And as you can tell here, they're actually pretty close. Like, I've been doing this comparisons for lots of these things, and I mean, they're usually never dead on, but this one's pretty close. It seems like the deep sleep's in the generally in the right spot. The REM sleep's generally in the right spot, and the light sleep and awake sleep is generally in the same spots between the two. So that's actually interesting, because that's pretty close from some other things. But if you look at the total amount of sleep that they counted here, really close on the deep sleep, an hour and 3 minutes for the Samsung, an hour and 12 minutes for the OnePlus, and then light sleep was 5 hours and 19 for the Samsung and 5 hours and 8 minutes for the OnePlus. Again, really close. And then REM sleep, an hour and 28 minutes for the Samsung and an hour and 37 minutes for the OnePlus. The only one that seemed really off is Samsung showed a 50 minutes awake time and the OnePlus showed 18 minutes awake time. So that's actually really good. Good comparison between the two of them. Which one's exactly right, of course, we don't know, because I don't wear one of those cool things on my head to completely test it. But between the two of them, they're reasonably close. So that's pretty good. Back to the original video. Let's go ahead and take a look at the total steps then, which is pretty interesting also. So here on the total steps, we started out on the Ring at 3,213 and the OnePlus Watch at 106, and we ended up there with the math being done. The Ring got 3,222. Like I said, I was traveling that day, not a lot of action happening, and then the watch had 2,852. So that's a total change difference of 370. So it had a less than about 370 less. Pretty close. I think that's pretty good. Not too bad. So then at the end of the next day there, If you notice, I went and did that run. The total step count for that run itself, the ring, it had 5,142, which and then the OnePlus Watch had 5,147, so only 5 steps difference. So on a run, it is calculating pretty much exactly the same, which I thought that was pretty cool. It didn't, very cool indeed. And then at the end of the whole thing there, that day we had 8,318 total when I stopped it sometime in that morning, and then 8,060 on the OnePlus Watch 2, which is a minus of 258. Again, a little bit lower than the ring itself, but still pretty good, not too bad. So the total between the whole totality of when I was wearing them, 11,540 against 10,912 on the OnePlus. So minus 628 different steps compared to each other. Now again, I don't have any hard data. I didn't count every step I had, so there is no hard truth on this particular one. I just wanted to give a difference there, which I thought was pretty good. Real quick, just a bonus one. During that run there, I did track both the OnePlus Watch and using my Garmin, not specifically the ring, to track that particular workout. It was pretty interesting. I have to admit, the OnePlus Watch 2 does a really good job on heart rate tracking and just overall exercise tracking. I've noticed that they have a really good sensor in there. Now my Garmin was hooked up to a chest strap, so it should have been dead on. And just to give you a quick overview real quick, it was, I did a 5K, so 3.11 miles, and it showed an average heart rate of 132 beats per minute. And that's exactly what my Garmin got, was 132 beats per minute. Really, really good as far as I'm concerned. Every time I looked down and checked that, it would be dead on. When I was running and I would check them both, they were dead on. Really good job by OnePlus. Weird thing here, what I always think is interesting is it said I burned a total of 262 calories, OnePlus did, on that one, while Garmin gave me a solid 353. And so I'm going to go ahead and take those Garmin numbers because I got to burn some calories because I like to eat chocolate. But really interesting comparison there. Let me know if you wanted to see other comparisons out there. I have a lot of devices. I'll probably do some more comparisons because that was actually kind of fun to see how they compare with each other. But until then, see you on the next one.